What is happening?
School's out. Which means like anything residual I can just do from home.
Yay.
So it's like, ooh, it's nice to break it up.
Yes, midday yoga class. I love this. How long do you have off for?
A couple months. I know. Which is like, means I don't have to go out there, I don't have to be around the kiddos.
Sure.
I like still have some other stuff to do, but like.
Yeah, big break. Yay.
You know.
Love to see you. Hmm? Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Good to see you.
A little frazzled.
Yeah.
Cats and bar to go visit my nephew in Kansas City, so I'm like running around.
Pre-trip day.
It's like a million things.
Yeah. Glad you carved out a little time for this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it unscrambles
When
the
you're
eggs.
too busy, then you don't.
For sure. Yes. Yes. Is it too warm in here? How are we feeling? You're okay? Fan? Okay. I'll turn it on the moment we start moving, but you keep me posted with temperature. I was telling Sharon the second I had left the house 4 times already with 4 different outfits on, not knowing, and I'm unprepared for rain, so I'll have to go home and change another outfit for today. But it gets humid quicker than we expect, so let me know. Hi, Jaya. Yes, yeah, balls. We'll use all the props, y'all, so take your time. We still have 5 whole minutes, which is an eternity in yoga class time. 2 blocks, a blanket, strap. We'll have some time to roll, so if you'd like to grab some therapy balls now, you can grab those or later on. Or I can also bring them over to you as we start to move about. Hello. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. Enjoying this weather.
Yes. The pictures, I was telling Jess, the pictures of the weekend look so nice.
Oh, she's been great.
Yeah,
I mean, she came with her husband.
yeah, I saw.
Thank you. And Julia, Trisha, and Emily. But we
What?
didn't get pictures from the wedding yet.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see the wedding.
Did it rain it that day?
It did a little.
But like nice rain, drizzly rain.
Emily's name been indoors. Do you remember where she was?
Indoor, outdoor.
Yeah. Correct.
Hmm.
Straps, the balls too.
You got it. Yep. Strap and balls.
One of those.
And one of those and 2 of the blocks. Do you want help bringing anything over?
I have to what?
You want help bringing anything over? Okay.
I have to do everything
Twice. Therapy balls over there. And then I always like to suggest blankets if your knees get a little tender, putting them down on the mat. But really anything you'd like to grab. Yeah. 1 pair. I know I haven't figured out what to do with 4 yet. I'm just, can only work with 2. Yeah. Good to see you.
Wait,
Hi.
I taught this morning at the rock school.
The dance school?
Yeah. And I had a little girl in my class named Saraswat.
Oh no, come on.
Her name was Saraswati. It's like one of the goddesses.
Are,
This
are,
little sweet blonde blue-eyed girl.
are they in the dance program?
She's like, Saraswati. I was like,
Oh, okay. You can do anything you want.
yeah. And I was like quizzing them on the poses, and she's like, I know most of them. I'm like, of course you do, Saraswati. Who am I?
I'm just here to just remind you.
You are the goddess. That's so sweet.
How is class?
Great. Yeah, they do like
Is it summer camp?
they do like an intensive,
Yeah.
like a week-long ballet camp, and I just love teaching yoga ballet dancers. They are like
How old are they? my God.
It's like the best.
Yeah, it's a brain warp for them, I'm sure. Because it's not counterintuitive to everything that they do, but probably have never have heard of this style of movement before.
Yeah, and the one girl, like I was trying to tell her to make her feet parallel, and she was like, and I was like, turn your heels out, and she goes, and I was like, no,
Other way.
so funny.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad they have you. I went to in my phase of ballet, I went to the rock school in Westchester.
Okay.
Um,
Some of the girls are from there.
Yeah, and I remember driving by this studio when I moved into the city, and I didn't even realize that there was one here. But it seems lovely.
I should have, so they have actually, there's a week in July that they need someone,
Yeah,
and I can't do it because I have a training for work.
yeah, I'm out. July is my sabbatical. Like July,
Love it.
August.
I
I
love that.
can't, but
It didn't occur to
I
me.
would, yeah. But they're all kids. I believe it.
Oh, it's so fun. It's my favorite kids.
Hmm. Hi, Fran. Good to see you. I don't know. We're all here. I love your hair. Yeah, I always love it in every phase. It suits you.
In every one.
Yes. I like when it's short and then the slow grow out and then back to short again.
I just been feeling like there's so much
Hair.
hair, so
I know. And then when it's humid, it grows even bigger.
it was shorter than this last year.
Stop it.
And by the time I got a cut, and I've been keeping it on close, my hair grows so fast.
So fast.
I can't even believe it.
I love it. Well, I love this look. It's great.
Try something different.
Yeah. Shorter, very short showers, I assume.
Yeah. It's been this way before, but
Different, yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Hi, Shweta. You have space there? She'll squeeze in right between y'all if you wouldn't mind. Everyone is here. There might be a few folks who trickle in as we start to get moving. But thanks for being here together. Take your time to grab anything you need. We'll use the 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap, and I'll get some time for us to roll. So if you'd like to grab some therapy balls either now or later on, you're more than welcome to do so. I don't have an agenda with the bolsters, but if you would like to grab one, you definitely can. And I think that's all. It's good to be with you. There's some new faces to class, some new names to the studio, and just on the off chance we didn't officially get to say hi, my name is Anisha. Very happy to be here. Is today a holiday? Okay. First day of summer. Okay. I'm not nosy, but I am nosy. Anytime there's people in class on a Monday, my first instinct is like, what are you doing? How can you be here now? You don't have to tell me, but we affectionately joke that this class is the doctor's and dentist appointment class of a Monday. Of when I was working over at Penn for a while and I would try to get yoga into lunch, I'd be like, oops, look at that. I have an exactly 1 hour doctor's appointment every Monday from 12 to 1. So I'm really happy you're here to attend to your health in a different way. Any requests this Monday? Any things post-weekend? Any body parts? Any poses? Any regions of your body that need some special extra attention? Hips. Hips. Did you say IT bands? I thought I heard tibias, and I was like, okay, we're getting into the bones. I don't know what I can guarantee, but IT bands for sure. Wrists. We're already doing the thing. These are good, great offerings. Wrists, hips, and tibias, and IT bands. All right. Well, we'll get started today. Hop right into it. So if you wouldn't mind, actually, can we start off in heart bench? If there's a version of heart bench that you love and prefer, please feel free to find your way into it. The version that I love is your head will be facing the front of the room, your feet will be to the back, and you can bring one of your blocks to its highest height, somewhere to the top of your mat, the other block to its middle height. If you'd like some extra cushioning and you'd like to bring a blanket over those, you definitely can. And as you come to lay down, You'll have that lower block come right in between your shoulder blades. So think less of the middle bendy part of your spine, but more in between your shoulder blades themselves. And then you can use, as you drape back, your hands to adjust that block that supports your head. If, as you lay down, something doesn't feel quite right or it's asymmetrical, please feel free to wave a foot or a hand over. And I'm more than happy to come move the blocks an inch or two. Sometimes it creates a world of difference. But as you find a way and place to be, you can do anything you like with your legs. You might have them out long in front of you in that more traditional Shavasana shape. You might have, if you're experiencing anything this afternoon in your hips or in your low back, you might bend your knees, bring your feet as wide as your mat, and knock your knees into one another so that the weight of your legs really supports the other. But as your hands come down by your sides, you might even explore what it's like to turn your palms up towards the ceiling to help those shoulder blades come towards each other and to soften into this bench for your heart that you've created. And with your eyes softly open or softly closed, begin to listen for the sound of your breath. When we close our eyes, it's a moment to see yourself more clearly than before, where each breath quietly dissolves the morning and the afternoon that was. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after makes a little more space for what has yet to come. So as you continue to notice your breath, can you feel it naturally begin to deepen, where each inhale moves from your nose into your belly and up into your heart. And as you exhale, offer the breath out through every direction of your being, every fiber of you. Continue with a few more breaths just on your own. Let each inhale move in, down, and wide. And every exhale pours itself up and out as you soften into the earth. We'll begin our practice and our time together with 3 more rounds of that same breath. So when you're ready, wait for your next inhale as it fills you up. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for even a moment and take notice of any difference that comes when you listen for and really remember your breath. And now keeping that attention inward as best as you can, softly blink your eyes open if they're not already, and begin to bend your knees and bring both feet steady onto the earth. As your feet come down, let your butt be heavy and bring your hands onto your ribs, the sides of your waist. As you bring the palms to the ribs, can you slide the ribs back towards the floor beneath you? Feel the belly gently tone as you press your head into that block. Now keep those ribs knitting in, and on your inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling with your palms facing each other. Spread your fingers, let your head stay heavy, and now to create some space in the shoulders, take an inhale to reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades broaden on the block. And as you exhale, keep the arms straight as you plug your shoulder blades towards each other. Twice more, creating some space through the shoulders. Take an inhale, reach up, touch the sky. And as you exhale, let the shoulder blades soften. One more, take an inhale, reach up. Maybe your palms come wider as you spread your fingers. And exhale to soften the shoulder blades towards each other. Now keep the shoulder blades knitting in as you sweep your arms overhead towards the front of the room. Can you spin your palms towards one another? Reach back through the fingertips as you anchor through your hips and through your feet. Now knit the ribs towards the earth as you take a big breath in. Stay for one more exhale as you interlace your fingers and bring your hands to the back of your skull. You can use one of your hands to clear the block out of the way that's supporting your head so that your head is just supported here in the hammock of your palms. Now, if the chest is feeling a little more spacious, you might open the elbows to the side. You might dart your elbows up towards the ceiling, but press your head back into your palms. Keep your chin lifted as you take a big breath in. And on your exhale, for this heart bench crunch, curl away from the earth. Keep your upper back on the block as you knit the belly back. Inhale to coil all the way back towards the earth. And on your exhale, curl away from the earth. Let's go for 5 more rounds, following your pace more than my voice. You might keep the knees bent for more support and steadiness in the low back. If you want to add a little spice to the lower belly, you might straighten your legs as you your calves and the backs of your thighs into the earth. But as you continue with your breath, can you keep your chin lifting away from your chest? And imagine to curl yourself away from the earth. It starts from the belly and ribs. The ribs knit back, the belly knits back to lift up and away from the ground. Now the 4th or 5th time, the next time you curl away from the block, you can bend your knees, bring both feet onto the floor, let your hands catch behind your thighs to peel yourself up off of the block, and come onto all fours in a tabletop position facing the front of the room. You can use your blocks to frame out the corners of your mat. You might use them as we begin to move around. But in today's table, bring your hands not only as wide as your mat, but a handprint forward of your shoulders to give your arms and chest a little extra room. With your knees under your hips, curl those toes under and begin to round and arch your spine, moving at your pace through a few rounds of cat and cow. Let's take 5 cycles of breath, moving on your own. Feel free to stay more rounded or arched for a few extra breaths. You might move more forward and back, moving your hips towards your heels, and then shoulders forward of the wrists. But can you let it all be an offering to your breath first and foremost? Take a deeper breath in, sniff in more breath at the top, and really lengthen the full extent of your exhale out. As you come back to table, find your neutral spine. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders, walk your knees behind your hips, and with your toes curled under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the breaths you'd like to find your way there. In your down dog, maybe it's stillness that you desire this afternoon. You might pedal your heels slowly from one side to the other. You might bend and straighten your knees at the same time. But can you offer it to your breath as you take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out through every direction of you? When you find your next exhale, lift the heels, soften your knees, look forward, and 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your palms to come into your forward fold. The blocks are right there. If you'd like to bring your hands to blocks out in front of your feet so the floor can meet you where you are. Again, I like to widen my feet an inch or two and soften my knees in service of giving my low back some extra space. But as you bow in towards yourself, take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out in towards the earth. Now climb your hands up onto your hips, stand down through your legs, and on an inhale, come all the way up to rise as you release your hands by your sides. With your feet right under your hips, take an inhale to reach your arms forward and up as you get tall. And on your exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen, hands to your blocks or shins as you reach forward through your chest. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, and step it back to plank pose, the top of your push-up. Your knees might be up, they might tap the floor behind you, but as you press your palms into the ground, feel your shoulder blades broaden like they did in that heart bench. Now slide your ears back so your head is in line with your chest. A big breath in, and as you exhale, bend your elbows to lower all the way to your belly. Let your hands stay wide. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift up through your chest. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 steady breaths. Oftentimes, teachers here at the studio, you might hear us say breath to heart, heart to mind, and mind to body. For it is the breath that feeds the heart itself. The heart that awakens and illuminates the brilliance of your mind. And the mind that inspires the agency of your body. So as you take a full breath in, let it fill you up in every direction, and a long exhale out to pour the breath out and through you. When you find your next exhale, lift the heels, soften your knees, look forward, and come forward, feet towards your hands, into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Can the balls of your feet be as heavy as your heels? And exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Use your own fists and measure those feet 2 fists width apart. And as you keep your toes pointing straight ahead, bend your knees, climb your palms up onto your thighs to sit into chair pose, Utkatasana. Think hips to the back of your mat, and as you press into your legs, lift up through your chest. Feel free to stay here to give you more anchoring in the low back. If you want to add some heat in the upper body, reach your arms overhead. But listen for your breath. Take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let your hips get heavy. Can you guide your knees towards your second and third toes as you lift your heart away from the earth? Now inhale to come all the way up to stand. Reach up to touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bowing into yourself. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And as your hands come high up onto your blocks or high up onto fingertips on either side of the right foot, wiggle your left toes back an inch more. Now stay in your lunge. Take a big breath in to lift your chest, grow long. And as you exhale, fold to straighten your right leg. Twice more on your own. Inhale through to lunge. Bend your knee, lift your heart. And exhale to fold as the right leg straightens. One more time. Wait for your inhale to reach your chest forward. And on your exhale, fold as you straighten your right leg. Now, once the right leg is straight, pause here for a moment. Lift that back heel a drop higher up off the ground and see if you can wrap your left hip forward towards the front of the room so the right hip can tack towards the back of your mat. Now, as much as you can keep your hips steady and square, stay exactly where you are. Or you might begin to let your left heel get heavier to the back of your mat for a bonus calf stretch. You might press down and forward into your blocks or the floor as you flex your right foot and lift your right toes up off the ground. But take a longer breath in. Stay for one more exhale. Try to soften the gripping sensation of your fingers around the blocks. And then on your next inhale, back it up. Lower the right foot, bend your right knee, and step it forward back into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway, grow longer through your spine. And exhale to fold in towards yourself. One more time with your feet 2 fists width apart. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, palms to your thighs or arms up overhead. Utkatasana round 2. Now as your hips sit towards the back of your mat, lift your chest away from the earth. And now either use your hands or remember your hands on your ribs like you did in heart bench and slide the ribs back as you slide the ears back. Take a full breath in. Stay for one more exhale, sit 1 inch lower. And then inhale to rise, stand through your legs to reach up. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back to catch your lunge. The higher up you are on those blocks or fingertips just gives your hips and torso a little more room to move. But as you wiggle your right toes back, take a breath to lift your chest, grow spine. And exhale to fold and straighten your left leg. Twice more, following your breath. Inhale through to lunge. As you exhale, fold as the left leg straightens. One more time, drink in that inhale. Reach the heart forward for lunge. And exhale to fold as the left leg straightens. Now pause here in this version of pyramid pose. Start as you lift your right heel higher up off the ground. This will help those hips move in space. You can wrap your right hip to the front of the room, tack your left hip back, and notice where the sensation travels in the back of your left leg. Stay right here breathing. You might begin to ground and let the right heel get heavier to the back of your mat. Completely optional to flex the left foot and lift your left toes up off the ground. But take a longer breath in. Stay for the exhale. You might bow in towards that left thigh as you soften the gripping of your fingers around the blocks. Now on your next inhalation, back it up. Bend your left knee. Plant your palms on your sticky mat and step it back to downward facing dog as you lift your hips to the sky. Pedal your heels one at a time. Notice any difference you feel and see. And on your inhale, come forward to plank pose. As you exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale to rise for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Shoulder blades kiss on the upper back. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. A full steady breath in and a long clear breath out through every direction. Now from your down dog, float your right. Step your right foot through to catch your lunge. Wait for your inhale as you come up to high lunge and reach your arms, your chest, and your fingertips to the sky. You can walk your right foot an inch or two over to the right so those feet are less on a balance beam. But like you did in that pyramid, lift your back heel, knee, and thigh high. Try to reach up through the fingertips and look away from the ground. Take a big breath in. Stay for one more exhale as you bend into that left right thigh and reach up through the crown. Now hands come to your hips. Tiny bend in the back knee. Get springy as you hop off your left foot. Scoop your left thigh to your chest. Stand down through your right leg. Grow 1 inch taller through the crown of your head. And now lower both feet to the ground as you bend your knees. Sit back through your hips. Lean into your left foot. Lift your right heel. And cross your right ankle over your left thigh for standing figure 4. Good, you can keep those hands on your hips like chair pose. You might bring them high onto blocks out in front of you to hold something steady. You might also reach your arms up overhead. But as you take a full breath in, down, and wide, stay for your exhale. Think butt to the back of your mat as you lift your chest away from the earth. Now inhale to come all the way to rise. Bring both feet down, feel gravity beneath you. Grab onto your right wrist, grow 1 inch taller, and tip to the left for standing crescent. A breath here into that right side of your body. And as you tip up and over to the left, can you slide the throat back so there's space for breath to come through? Maybe bring your arms back in line with your ears. And now inhale to come up through center. Touch the sky. As you exhale, fold in towards yourself. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet to the back of your mat to take it back to down dog. A few more times together. Inhale through to plank pose. Follow your breath. As you exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Wait for the breath to rise, Cobra, Bhujangasana. And on your exhalation, downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift the left leg up and back. Step your left foot through or around to catch your lunge. And on your breath, come up to rise for a high lunge on that second side. Again, as you walk your left foot an inch or two to the left, it might steady the ground beneath you. But as you lift your right heel, knee, and thigh, reach up through the fingertips and see if you can look away from the floor. A full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Get heavy in that front thigh as you grow taller through the top of your head. Now hands come to your hips. Soften your back knee, and as you hop off your right foot, scoop the right thigh up. Stand into the left leg, grow 4 inches taller through the crown of your head, and now lower both feet to the ground. As you bend your knees, sit those hips back. Lean into that right foot, lift your left heel, and cross your left ankle over your right thigh for standing figure 4 on the second side. Do your best to flex the left foot. It might help steady the left ankle and your left knee. But anywhere your hands go to steady you, take a big breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Think butt to the back of your mat as you lift away from the earth. On an inhale, come up to rise. Feel both feet on the ground, let gravity steady you. And now reach up to touch the sky. Grab onto your left wrist. Grow up and over to the right for standing crescent on the second side. Good. Imagine like you had another set of hands coming from behind you. And as you slide those ribs back, breathe into the middle of your back. Slide your ears back to lift your chin. And maybe bring your arms back in line with your ears. Way up through center. Get tall as you reach up. And exhale to fold in towards yourself. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet all the way back to the back of your mat for downward facing dog. And now from down dog, come down onto your belly. You can come however you'd like. You can lower your knees to slither down. You can come through plank to lower down. But once you're on your belly, make a pillow with your hands. Rest on one of your cheeks. Rest on your forehead. Close your eyes for a moment. And call yourself back to your breath. A while, but also not a long time ago, we started lying on our backs in this heart bench variation, breathing into the back, the sides, and the front of your being. As you lay for a moment on the ground, can you feel your connection to the floor beneath you? And now the more you breathe into your belly, can the back of your body broaden and widen? The more you breathe into your belly and chest, let the whole back body expand with more space. Okay, staying down on the ground, a breath or two in locust pose. So stay on the earth, reach your arms alongside of you, and flip your palms down to face the floor. Before we lift up, hug your legs towards each other so that you can feel as if they could become one pillar. Now hug the shoulder blades together. On your inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, float your palms up off of the earth, and exhale to let your legs lift up and away from the ground. As you lift everything but your hips, try to close or soften your eyes and really feel for your breath. Every inhale, can you think inner thighs towards each other and the inseams of your pants to the ceiling to clear space in the low back. And now hug the shoulder blades together. Lift your palms a centimeter more. A big breath in. And on your exhale, release. Rest on your other palm or on the other side of your cheek. You can wiggle your hips from one side to the other or stay still. But let your breath wash its way over you. Breathe into your belly and then into your chest. And even open your mouth to let all of that breath go. Good. After a few breaths on the ground, bring your hands to either side of your chest. Press yourself up through to tabletop. Come onto all fours. And in your table, a moment in the wrists. So from tabletop, start to turn your right hand, your right finger, face towards your right knee, just the right. Now, as your right fingertips face back towards the right knee, push down into the floor to lift your chest. We'll make some circles with the hips. Begin to move your left hip back towards your left heel, and then making clockwise, counterclockwise. I know it's a logical thing, but for some reason, clockwise and counterclockwise doesn't make sense. Roll your hips in one direction. How about that? Claw through the fingertips. Try to slide the ears back so your head is in line with your chest. And now after a few circles on one side, turn the right hand back forward. You can roll out the wrist or give it a shake. And come onto all fours. Second side with your hands as wide as your mat. Turn your left fingertips to face towards your left knee. And now press into the earth, lift your chest. This time, start to move your right hip towards your right heel. Okay, this is clockwise. Go clockwise with your hips. Claw the fingertips into the ground. You might notice there's a difference in sensation if you're one-handed dominant versus the other. But can you breathe into any space that you might feel? Now, as you find your way back through center, turn all 10 fingertips to face forward. Shake out, roll out the wrists, take any moments that you need. And a few more times on the knees. If you'd like to bring a blanket underneath your knees for some extra padding, please feel free to grab it. But as you find your way to all fours, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand as you come into this lizard lunge. You might bring your hands up onto your blocks or come high up onto fingertips, but peek down to see that your left knee isn't directly under your hip. If it is, you might walk your left knee back an inch or two. Now keep your left hand down on the block or on the floor as you climb your right palm up onto your right thigh. We come in for a thigh stretch. Hug your legs together, meaning pull your right heel back, your left thigh forward, and bend your left knee to lift your left toes up. You can be here the whole time. You might reach your right hand towards the back of the room. Maybe your right hand grabs your left toes, or you lasso a strap around your left foot for twisted monkey, a thigh stretch. But as you turn your belly to the right, can you slide the right shoulder up and back, hug the left shoulder up and back, and then slide your throat back so your head is in line with your chest. A big breath in. Stay for the exhale. You might bend one more inch into that front thigh. Now on your inhale, look down. With care, release the hold of your left foot. Take it back to tabletop. And a moment in table, in cat and cow, to link breath and movement back together once again. After you find your way back to a neutral spine, second side, left foot to the outside of your left hand for that lizard lunge. Walk your right knee back as needed so your knee is behind your hip. And now hug your legs together as you climb your left palm up onto your left thigh. Turn your belly to the left. Bend your right knee to lift your right toes up off the ground. Be here the whole time. Or your left hand might reach around for the right toes, a strap, or the leg of your pants. That's it. As you turn your belly and chest to the left, think shoulder blades towards one another and slide the throat back so your head is in line with your heart. A deeper breath in. Stay for one more exhale. You might bend into that front thigh as your chest opens to the left. And now on your inhale with care, release the foot. Your palms, take it back to tabletop. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the breaths that you'd like to find your way there. In your down dog, walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. Tiny bend in your knees. And one palm at a time, walk your hands back to meet your feet. So you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. Let your knees be soft. Let your head be heavy. Your hands might touch the floor in front of your feet. You might grab opposite elbows. But take a full breath in through the nose and a longer breath out through your nose or parted lips. Good. After a few breaths, bring your hands up to your hips. Stand down through your legs, and on your inhale, come all the way up to rise as you release your hands by your sides. Sip some water. The air conditioning is on 672. The fans are on, but any point, sip water, take breaks, modify. Are we overheated? Yes. Okay, one vocal yes. Means we're going down to 68. Okay, everyone have a strap you can use? You can go ahead and find your strap, unravel it from its rubber band, and a moment in the shoulders. So once you find your strap, come to stand somewhere in the back of your mat. Let your feet come wide and hold your strap at your low back with your hands as wide or wider than your hips to start. That's it. Once you have a hold of the strap, hug your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale to reach your arms off of your tush towards the back of the room. Now to make space for ourselves, when the arms lift this way, sometimes my head and chest go forward. Try to keep lifting your arms, but think shoulder blades together, and then slide your throat back so your head is over your heart. Take a full breath in and a long exhale out. Now tiny bend in your knees. Begin to hinge from your hips. As you bow in, reach your arms overhead towards the ceiling. Good, holding the strap, keep a soft bend in your knees so that they're not locked. And now a soft bend in your elbows, a bend that you might not see, but you'll be able to feel. Now with the elbows softly bent, create some resistance. Try and tug your strap apart and think shoulder blades together on your upper back. A big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Maybe your arms reach overhead towards the front of the room. Now on your inhale, release your hands back to your butt. Ditch your strap to the side. We'll use it again later. One palm at a time. Walk your hands forward to the top of your mat to take it back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, float the right leg up and back. Step your right foot through to lunge. And now pivot your hands and feet over to the left to come into your wide-legged forward fold. There's plenty of space today, but if it feels like you were to look up and your head would come into someone's butt, you might stagger slightly. So some of you come to the front of your mat, some of you come to the back. For spoiler alert, do come up halfway, so keep your hands on blocks or on the ground as you lift your chest. Now keep your your right palm steady on the floor as your left palm comes to your low back. Shrug your left shoulder to your ear. Wrap the left shoulder blade onto your spine, and from your belly, begin to twist towards the back of the room for this wide-legged forward fold with a twist. Good. You can feel with your hand on your back if your hands swing with you like mine always do. Can you lean your butt more to the front of the room? Turn your belly and chest to the back of the room, and then slide your ears back so your head is in line with your heart. Stay here. Or perhaps your left arm reaches to the ceiling as you take a big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Think throat back to lean back. Now on your next inhale, unwind. Lower the left hand down. Turn your right knee and toes to catch your lunge. And on your inhale, come up to rise for high lunge. One more time, revisited. Walk the right foot as much as you need to the right. But lift your back heel, knee, and thigh. Stretch up through the fingertips and bend into that front leg. Now hands come to your hips. Tiny bend in the back knee. Up to stand. One more time. Spring off your left foot. This time, your left foot might hover, or you might tap your left foot onto a block out in front of you for steadiness. But interlace your hands in front of your left knee and in front of your left shin. Do your best to flex your left foot. Shrug your shoulders to your ears and hug the shoulder blades together. For one more twist, keep your right hand on your right shin. Bring your left palm to your low back like you did in that wide-legged forward fold. As you shrug your left shoulder up and back from your belly, begin to twist to the left. You can stay right here breathing. You might reach your left arm towards the back of the room for counterbalance. Completely optional, your right hand might grab your left ankle, your calf, as you extend your left leg towards the front of the room. But a bigger breath in. Stay for one more exhale. And then on your inhale, come all the way back through center. Thread the left foot back to lunge. Take a big breath in. See if you can reach up, touch the sky. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, and take it back to downward facing dog. Feel gravity beneath you, a breath to notice what it is you see and feel. And now one more side. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Step your left foot through or around to catch that lunge. Pivot your hands and feet over to the right for that wide-legged forward fold on the second side. Adjust as needed with your friends, head to butt ratio. And now tiny bend in your knees as you hug your feet towards each other. On your inhale, press into the blocks or the ground to lift your chest halfway. As you keep your left hand steady, bring your right palm to your low back. Think right shoulder to the ear. Hug the right shoulder blade to your spine. And as your belly twists and moves to the back of your mat, think butt to the front of the room. As your hips move to the left, turn the belly and chest to the right, and then slide the ears back to lean back. Stay here, or again, if you'd like to reach the right arm up, now's the time, but a bigger breath in. Stay for the exhale, slide the throat back to lean against yourself. Now on your inhale, unwind, lower the right hand. Slow and steady, turn your left knee and toes through to lunge. And on your inhalation, we meet in high lunge on that second side. Lift your back heel, knee and thigh. Look away from the earth as you take a big breath in. And on your inhale, bend into that front leg. You might keep your hands overhead or bring them to your hips, but tiny bend in the back knee gets springy as you hop off your right foot. Whether your right foot is hovering or tapping a block, flex the foot and interlace your right hands in front of your right knee or shin. Good. As you flex the foot, can you hug the shoulder blades together? Grow tall through the crown of your head. And now with your left hand on your right shin, bring your right palm to your low back. I like to look ahead to steady myself. You might start to turn your gaze over to the right. But as you shrug your right shoulder up and back, breathe here. Maybe your right arm reaches towards the back of the room. Completely optional as your left hand grabs your calf, your ankle, or the pinky side edge of the foot. Extend the right leg forward, but a deeper breath in. Take one more exhale. And then on your inhale, unwind. Draw the right leg through center. Thread your right foot through to lunge. A big breath in, reach up to touch the sky. And on your exhale, fold. Plant your palms and step it back to downward facing dog. Feel gravity underneath you. Stay right here breathing. You might lower your knees to the floor and take your breaths close to gravity. Or your breath might take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together already. But anywhere you choose to go, staying still or moving, can you offer it to your breath? Lengthen the next inhale in and deepen the full spread of your exhale out. When you find your next few breaths, come to lower both knees onto the ground. Does everyone have at least one therapy ball that you can work with? Yeah, if anyone needs one, I can bring some over to you, or your friend might have one from their tote. But take one of those therapy balls out and come to lay on your belly. We'll do a few moments to roll on the thighs before we come to lie on our back. So find your therapy balls, take it out of the tote, and then come to lay all the way down onto the ground. As you find your therapy ball, bring it right above your right knee, somewhere at the very bottom of your right thigh. That's it. And then make a pillow with your hands. Get as comfortable as you possibly can. You can rest on your cheek or on your forehead. And as you stretch both legs back behind you, begin to bend and straighten your right knee to notice any difference you feel. Good. Continue on your own as you bend and straighten. And now the next time you bend your right knee, let it stay bent. As you move your right knee to the right and foot to the left to come more to the inner thigh. And then knee to the left and foot to the right so you come to the outer thigh. That's it. Go back and forth a few times just on your own. And see, as you continue, can you feel and remember your breath? Take longer inhales in through your nose. And with every exhale, can you unclench your fingers, soften your jaw, let your tongue be heavy here against the roof of your mouth, and let gravity do its work. Now, after a few breaths at the bottom of that right thigh, the next time your right knee comes through the middle, use your hand and pull the therapy ball up to the middle of your thigh, or somewhere slightly different than where you just were. And now the same effects, rest on your other cheek or on the other palm, and begin to bend and straighten your knee as you let your knee go from right to left. inner to outer thigh. I got you. Mm-hmm. Deepen every inhale in, and even open your mouth to let every ounce of your exhale to go. Now the next time that right thigh comes back through center, use your hand to pop the therapy ball out. Stretch your legs behind you, and for a moment close your eyes and notice what you might not necessarily see, but you can more than clearly feel. Sometimes it's a very small and subtle difference. Occasionally it's more drastic from one leg to the other. But this pause in between to notice and to see and to reflect is where all of that wisdom starts to take place. So after a few breaths, we'll do the second side. You can find the same therapy ball or the other therapy ball right above your left knee at the base of your left thigh. Get as comfortable as you possibly can in your upper body, a pillow with your hands. You might rest on a blanket or on one of your cheeks. And on your own, begin to bend and straighten your left knee as you move your knee from left to right. I remember when Mariel first brought tennis balls into the yoga studio. I think it was 2015 or 16. And I'd been practicing for a while and doing my thigh stretches, but the moment that tennis ball got into parts of my body, I felt like I'd never breathed or moved before in my entire life. But I remember she shared something that said, through daily movement and then also simply being seated for a long time, consuming everything the world has to offer, your body is constantly responding. There's always adrenaline and norepinephrine coursing through your entire body and being. And the first place that those endorphins go to are your legs to help you decide whether you're going to fight, flight, or fawn. And so even sitting on the couch or laying down, there's a response that's occurring and a moment to give yourself time to roll out the thighs, to pay attention to the legs, translates into the rest of your being. So if you haven't already, you can come up slightly higher, more to the middle of your thigh, somewhere different. Rest on your other cheek or on your other palm. Get as comfortable as you possibly can. And as you move your knee from side to side, see if you can remember your breath. Let each inhale get more expansive and spacious. And let every exhale pour itself out and through you. Now, after a few breaths here in the bottom and in the middle of your thigh, take your time to pop the therapy ball out. Stretch your legs long behind you, and as you close your eyes for a moment, notice what a difference feels like from side to side. Now, arguably, this is the hardest part of class. You are more than welcome to stay here laying on the floor. We'll meet you there very soon. But bring your hands to either side of your chest. Press up through to tabletop. On your way to puppy pose or child's pose, Balasana. You can bring your feet towards each other. Widen your knees. Move your hips towards your heels. And perhaps you bring your head to the floor or to a block or to your stacked palms. But a deep breath in through your nose. And open your mouth to let that breath go. Good. After a few three-dimensional breaths, come back fours into your table. This time we meet on our backs with your heads facing the front of the room, feet behind you, and as you come to lay on your back, have one of your blocks within a grabbable distance and your strap. Blocks and your strap just within reach. so that you don't have to get up until it's time to leave. But for today afternoon, a few back bends. We'll take 2 rounds here, and you get to choose which direction you'd like to move towards. As we're moving in towards rest soon, you can stay and be in supported bridge the entire time, which I'll talk you through, or you might move towards bridge pose for round 1. But for any variation you're choosing, as you bend your knees, bring your feet flat onto the floor, find a block and place it in between your thighs to start so that your legs have something steady to hug into. This might help clear some space in the low back. Now, as you bend your elbows, point your fingertips towards the ceiling, wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other to feel the back of your heart lift. Now press through your feet, hug to lift earth. Wiggle your shoulder blades towards the back of your chest. And then gently press your head down to lift your chin. Let there be space for breath to come through. You can stay right here. You might slide another block or the one between your thighs underneath your tush to come in for support. But as you stay in bridge or supported bridge, your hands might be here. You might reach your arms long on either side of your body. And as you tug your mat apart, the shoulder blades come closer together on your upper back. But take one more breath as you press down and forward through your feet to lift your hips. A deep breath in. And on your exhale, slowly release and lower all the way down onto the ground. Clear the blocks from between your thighs or underneath your tush. Either knock your knees into each other, or being mindful of any props and those around you, you might drop your knees from side to side like windshield wipers on a car. But take a deeper breath in and a longer, steadier breath out. Okay, for round 2 out of 2, you can do exactly what you just did, bridge pose, or Setu Bandhasana with supported bridge. Or you might come into upward facing bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. But for any of those variations, begin with your knees bent, feet on the ground. Place a block between your thighs to help hug in towards the center to clear space in your low back. Now as you bend your elbows, point your fingertips to the ceiling. Press down and forward through your feet to lift your hips. Wiggle your shoulder blades together to lift the back of your chest. And press your head down to lift your chin. Stay here. Slide a block under your tush and stay there. Or for upward facing bow, bring your palms by your ears with your hands as wide as your mat. Press into your legs, squeeze the block to maybe lift your head up and straighten your arms. But 2 deep breaths. Deepen your next breath in. Stay for your exhale. Every inhale, press through your legs, hug the block, and stay for the exhalation. When you find your next breath, lower down the same way you entered. Kiss your upper back to the earth, your hips to the ground, clear any blocks out of the way. And as you either knock your knees into each other or windshield wiper your knees from side to side, take a long breath in through the nose. And every exhale, pour the breath out. Now the next time you draw your knees back through the middle, locate your strap, have it like a big jump rope. And as you lift your right foot up off the ground, thread the strap underneath the ball or the sole of your right foot. Begin to straighten your right leg towards the ceiling. And for today, give yourself enough slack on the strap that your elbows and your triceps can touch the ground on either side of your body. Release the gripping sensation of your fingers around the strap. And as you shrug your shoulders to your ears, snuggle the shoulder blades together. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale as the back of your head presses into the earth. Now to get not into the tibia, but into the outer IT bands, bring both edges of the strap into just your left hand and bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. You might keep your left knee bent, or you might straighten your left leg long in front of you. But as you wrap your right hip towards the back of your mat, give yourself that adjustment, press your thigh away from your belly, begin to move your right foot to the left, 1 centimeter at a time. Good. As your right foot moves to the left, the brick wall side of the room, can you peel the right pinky toes back towards your shin and shrug your right shoulder up and back to notice what you feel in your outer right leg? A big breath in. Stay for your exhale as you let the back of your head be heavy. And then on your next inhalation, draw your right leg through center, bend your knees, slip it out from the strap, and give your left leg a hug as you thread the strap around your left foot itself. Good. Once the strap comes around the ball or the arch of your left foot, enough slack on the strap so that your elbows can touch down onto either side of your body and being. And now straighten your left leg towards the ceiling as you shrug your shoulders towards your ears and snuggle the shoulder blades towards one another. A big breath in into the back of your body and exhale out through your nose or mouth as you unclench your fingers around the strap. Now bring both edges of the strap into just your right hand. Either keep the right leg straight or keep the right knee bent as you bring your left thumb to your left hip crease. And now as you give yourself this manual assist, tack your left hip away from your left shoulder towards the back of the room. And as you keep that, move your left foot 1 inch at a time over to the right. Notice what you feel in the outer left leg. Can you peel the left pinky toes back towards your left shin? And as you shrug your left shoulder up and back, a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhale, draw your left leg back up through center. Release your strap off to the side as you give both of your legs an embrace in towards your chest or in towards your belly or towards your outer ribs. We've done a lot of asymmetrical work this afternoon. Can you notice what it feels like to have both of your legs simultaneously? You might stay here or come into your version of happy baby as you widen the knees. Let your hands grab behind your thighs, your calves, or the pinky edges of your feet. But let the back of your head and your tush be heavy on the earth as you take a big breath in. And on your exhale, release the hold of your legs to the ground. And now here, a few moments to take any gentle to support you as we set up for Shavasana, for rest. If you'd like to add any layers or add any props to support yourself, you might let your hair down or set your glasses safely off to the side. But as you set up for rest, I'll talk you through a few rounds of pranayama, of this pranayama called Brahmari pranayama, this buzzing or harmonious breath. It's a breath that we use and practice to draw the attention more inward, to draw the senses more inward, to prepare the body for rest. I invite you to simply listen or follow along at your pace. But it starts with a deep breath in through the nose and a long exhale out through your nose or mouth. Now as you inhale, let the belly fill. And now keeping your lips closed, begin a humming sound. When you finish one round, you'll begin again for 4 more cycles. Let your last round become so quiet that you and only you begin to hear it. And as you finish your rounds of Brahmari, begin to find the natural cadence of your breath, where each breath that you take dissolves the entire practice that was. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after makes space for what has yet to come. So as you let every breath help your body become heavier into the ground, the heavier you become, the more spacious and the more expansive you may just start to feel. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in, down and wide. And as you exhale, offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in and the very being that you are, with any movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. Or just being mindful of any props or neighbors around you. Perhaps you reach your legs away from your arms or draw your knees in towards your chest. But when the time comes, we'll all meet with the knees bent, your arms overhead as you roll over to any side of your choosing to curl into yourself. You can press down into the floor to come up to rise to a tall seat facing the front of the room. And as you take a deep breath in and down, let it fill you up. And exhale to offer the breath up and out in every direction. Our time together will finish with one more of those breaths. You can place your hands to center, anywhere that feels for you. As you take a deep breath in, to let it all go. You might bow your head to your heart or lift your hands towards your head in such a simple but sincere gesture of self-reverence, bowing to yourself and to each other who practiced right alongside with you. And I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Stay dry, stay warm, stay cool, drink water, take good care of yourselves and each other. If there are any things you used from the studio, there are some, I think there's some left, but there are some wipes here to give things a little Passover with. Always nice. And maybe that was a lie. Sarah, they're there? Oh, they are. Okay, great. We went digging for gold. And the two quick announcements that I have are one, this Saturday, well, this Friday is the summer solstice, longest day of the year. This Saturday, Kale and I are teaching a yoga and cello class. She's a professional cellist, and we did this once last February in the depths of winter, and it's here at, wow, I should really know this, 6:30 to 8, and I'll teach a gentle full spectrum class, and she'll be playing the cello the whole time. One thing she told me was sometimes the reason why people find such an affinity towards cello is because the tones and the sound that come out mimic vocal cords, so it helps something. She'll talk about it on Saturday. A cliffhanger. She'll talk about it on Saturday. So if you're free, we'd love to see you. And then both of them have gotten canceled because of rain, but I'll be teaching the Saturday mornings at the Art Museum Sculpture Garden. They're free from 9 to 10. And you'll know, they do the rain call on Friday at 2. So if you keep an eye on the internet, you'll be able to know. But in theory, there's 2 more left. So as of right now, Saturday is on, but who knows? Does anyone else have announcements? Any things in your world, Molly?
Poetry readings at the store this week.
Oh, Molly owns Molly's Books and Records.
Records. There's little pamphlets downstairs. There's one Friday night and one Wednesday.
Yay, thank you. And then Keyshawn is here too, who owns More Vintage Archive, Dream of a Dream store on 4th Street. That's where we are. Go check it out. Anyone else, any things in your worlds? Thank you, bye. Yay, good. Your tibia unplugged and replugged. Thank you, Keyshawn. I loved seeing your blocks going up.
Oh, yeah. But you know,
I know. Good.
there's so many block assists that
Thanks, Amy.
you've taught.
Good. I'm glad.
These blocks going up. Or you meant in
In the back, and also this, both. Thank you. Hi.
Hi again.
Oh,
We do
God.
handshakes.
I know.
Good to see you.
Good to see, so good to see you. Pleasure doing business with you. Well, because you shook her